Alright, here's a screencast on how to sweep. Sweeping is a little more difficult than the revolve command is, in my opinion. And the thing that makes it more difficult is you have to have the path pierce the feature. So you have to have one closed loop, and it can be anything from a circle to a polygon. And you have to have a path, and the path can be a straight line, it can be a curved line, it can be an arc. Okay? But the important part of it is your path has to pierce the feature. So basically you have to put the path on a different plane than you put the feature. And that's, to me, what makes it more difficult. So it takes a minimum of 2 sketches to do this. So what you want to first do is what I like to do is create your feature first. It doesn't really matter. Okay, in this case I'm going to show you how to use the sweep tool with a 6-sided polygon, since we haven't used this polygon feature yet. Okay, there's my polygon, hit done. Now I finish the sketch because I need to make sure this path pierces it. So I start a new sketch, and you got to understand what you're looking at here. This is the important part. That polygon is on the XY plane. We need to pierce that plane. Either the YZ or the XZ pierces that plane. It really doesn't matter. I'm going to pick the YZ plane. And you'll notice because it's piercing that plane, it turns my feature so that it doesn't look like it's a polygon right now. All you see is a line. Okay? And again, I said you can make this path anything from an arc to a line to a spline. It doesn't matter. I'm going to make it a combination. Okay, and now you can see that if I look at this from the right, I can see my path. If I look at this from the front, I can see my polygon, and the only reason I can see this path is because I created an arc, and that arc kind of comes up a little bit. Okay, so let me get this view right. So now I have my path and my feature. Time to sweep. When I click sweep, if I only have one feature, again, it picks that feature up. So it already selects that profile. The arrow is already pressed for the path selection. I select the only path that I have. And if things are set up correctly, it automatically shows you what the sweep looks like before you even hit OK. Now, some of the things you're going to have to solve if you have problems, what I see are sometimes the feature can be too large. So let's go back and increase the size of my polygon. And you'll notice it says errors occurred during the update. I'm going to hit accept. I am going to delete the sweep up to this point, and let's see if we get an error. And see, we get an error. So one error is caused by that feature, in this case the polygon, being too large for the path. If that feature runs into itself because the path is kind of there's a sharp turn in it maybe, or for some reason the path or the feature interferes with itself, it runs into itself, then it's going to give you an error. So in this case, you can change the path or you can change the feature so it's smaller. So I'm going to go back and reduce the size of that feature, and then our sweep should work. If the sweep doesn't work again, you're going to have to change the path by editing sketch 2 or whatever your sketch is, whatever number it is, and you can tweak this path. As you can see, I'm going to try to make it so it gives us another error. And it worked that time too. So you're good there. So just watch out for the feature being too large or the path being too sharp of an angle so that it runs into itself.